Hi everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here to do Obsessed with Caddy and Christy using documentary, and we are on layout number 3 for this series. And for this episode, we are using these 4 right here. So I have this really beautiful green teal. They're just little tiny squares. They're so pretty. The yellow striped, it's like almost watercolor effect. The triangles, and this pretty black and white chevron. So I believe that I have this one in the 12 by 12. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to take this. For this episode, our thing is, I wrote it on the back of my eye thing. We have to use 3 ephemera, a stencil, a flare, stitching, one of the cork bows, and something very deep in our stash. So I'm going to try and pull all that out and figure out what I want to do, and I'll get to everyone on fast forward. Okay everyone, here I go. So I'm showing you the photos I decided to pick, and they are just of my little guy when he got his new swimming pool. I apologize, as I probably sound out of breath. I just got done working out and was like, well, let's film a video. So I apologize. So I cut that yellow striped pattern paper on a diagonal. I really like that idea. I think it's really pretty, so I did that. And then the branding strip is from the yellow paper, so it came with it, which I showed, and I'm just going to use that to kind of help tie in a few pieces here. Now I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I'm kind of playing off of a layout I had made about summer of last year, I think. And I'm kind of recalling what I did. I didn't pull it out or anything. I'm just trying to think of what it looked like. And I'm kind of trying to play around and see what I like and what I don't like. Of course, I do manage to make all of the pattern papers go on this layout. It was tricky at first, but definitely made it work. And let's see here. I knew that because this is it's Jackson's first swimming pool, so that's what it's going to be talking about, how much he loved it. And at first he was kind of afraid of it, like he didn't want to go in it. But once we showed him that there was water in the swimming pool, it wasn't just like this big scary thing. He loved it, and he wanted to splash, and he wanted to get everyone wet, and he wanted to make the ground wet, and anything possible he wanted to make wet. So it was really cute, and it was fun. So I really wanted to document this. And I've now done like 4 layouts all about this day, but they're each in different albums. So to me, that's how I'm justifying making so many layouts about the same day here. And I also wanted to document that I took a bigger photo, so this is a 4x6 and the other one was just a Instagram. But what I love about the 4x6 one is he's a whole shot of him in it, and he's just so happy, and it's just such a great summer layout. So while I was jabbering away there, you saw that I cut some triangles out. I also added these as stripes. I was thinking about making a border up there like that with the black, but I was thinking it was a little too dark. I don't like black at the top of a layout, do you? I find it's too much. So I tried to put it at the bottom. I'm finding that's not working. I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to use this piece of pattern paper? It has to be on this layout. So I just gave myself a moment. I layered the papers down like you can see. So I did 2 triangles with the pattern paper. And then what I did is I used the little strip of the black to go on my photo of Jackson, and I use a little more of the teal. And then I took the stencil and just kind of rubbed with a color, the teal color, love, love, love. I did it 3 times. I really love this. And because this is our 3rd layout for this series, this is our recipe one, so I know I went over it in my description, but this is me using my stencil. And the black stitching, I did it for my stitching wise. I also stitched around the whole layout, around both of the triangles, and I stitched on my photos, which was very, very scary, but I did it, and I really like the outcome of it. So I now have those 2 things out of the way. I know I have to use the cork bow, but I was thinking, how am I going to use a bow on a boy layout? Like, I didn't think about that when I was creating the layout. So what you're going to see me do is I just cut it so it's not a bow anymore. It's more like a banner, and I like it. It's still kind of a bow, but I make it look a little more boyish. And I trim that out, and then my camera cut out on me, and I didn't realize that. So I used a little rub-on at the top that said today, and I'm going to put my journaling there. And then you can see where I put the bow in between the two loves. I just like that. I thought that looked really well. I then worked on my ephemera. We had to use 3 pieces of ephemera, so I used that fancy free. I would never use that in another way, so I just simply layered it as another layer behind the photo. Took the floral one, tucked it in between the two just so there's some color there, a splash of color, and then just another one, I think it says number or something. And I just tucked it in between the bow and my photo because there's a little bit of layout there that you could see through from the yellow, and I didn't like that. For the flare, I ended up using one of those wood buttons. It was the only flare I had that I thought would work, so I used the ampersand for that. And then something deep in my stash, I pulled out my very first washi tape I ever bought, and I layered 2 little pieces for it on there. Simply titled my layout Pool Time. This is going to go in Jackson's first album, so I didn't write his first pool. I could have, but I just decided to title it Pool Time. But it will be in his book of first, so you'll kind of get the point. I'm also going to use these same thickers to put the year up on the triangle. And then I come back with the journaling all done, and I show you that I was looking at my layout thinking, oh, it's so pretty, but it's missing. It's missing something somewhere, somehow it's missing something. And what I decided it was missing was a little bit of washi, and as you can see, I did my journaling, so I'm going to just add a little bit of this black and white polka dot washi. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to use it as a little layering piece across the stripe of that. And that is going to be my layout. Please go check out Caddy's take. I'm sure it'll be fantastic, as everything she does is. And we will be back in another 2 weeks with our 4th episode in this series. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and we'll be back soon. Bye!